Melissa McCarthy, man, depends on what week Melissa McCarthy comes at me. I don't know what to think. You know, I see her big ass tripping and falling all over the place and bouncing all over the walls and, you know, doing that fat thing. And I'm like, you know, I'm tired of this. But then she'll come out with a performance and I'll be like, wow.
I'm
impressed.
like, oh, yeah, she actually is talented.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when some people give her a chance.
Yeah, that's why I get upset with her. Girl, you are more than the fat chick. You know?
You are not the female Kevin James.
No.
Don't let them do that to you.
No,
that's an insult, Martin.
Yeah.
At least say Chris Farley.
Girl, you are better than the fat girl. I've always said that. And I saw the trailer for this movie, Spy, right here, and I said, God damn.
There she go again.
Here we go again. Like I said, the girl always surprises me, though. Do we have the same schtick that she does? This is Melissa McCarthy actually owning up to the talent that I think that she has. Well, in this film right here, you've seen her play this woman. Her name is Susan Cooper. Now, Susan, she trained for the CIA. And when she was doing that, she was thinking, you know something, this is not going to be just another cubicle desk job. This is going to be exciting. It's the CIA. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just what they did. They put her ass. You know, you ain't good looking enough to even be on the first floor. We putting your ass in the basement, and
it's like the X-Men. Like if you're a mutant, you can be a mutant, but you can't join the X-Men unless you're good looking.
Yeah, you can't. No, you got.
Otherwise, you better go on over there with Magneto
with the Morlocks and shit. Yeah. They give your ass a bad name, the Morlocks. So that's what she is, Tommy.
That's the #1 rule of a spy. You gotta be sexy.
You gotta be sexy. So when you looking like this chick right here, stuffing your face every time they see you and shit, you were the Morlocks of the CIA. So they put her down in the basement. But her role is very important. You have Bradley Fine, who is pretty much an American James Bond, and without her, he would be nothing. She's the one that pretty much gets his back every time. He'd be dead.
Yeah, she's in his ear.
Now, Mr. Fine is on a big high-profile case to stop, as with usual spy movies, a nuclear missile from falling into the hands of terrorists. But when the mission takes an unexpected turn, she has all the intel on this mission that he was on, and she's saying, look, I can do this. And so her boss says, you know what? You're right. You're the only one that really knows about this. The terrorists have the names of all of our agents, and God damn it, I got no choice but to put your ass out there.
Yeah, right.
It really was a reluctant thing.
Like the 7 guys we got, they know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't know you. You've been in this dungeon the whole time.
Yeah, and even if they did know you, they'd be like, no, ain't no fucking way you put her ass out there. Talking about this overweight Martha Stewart right here. I don't like fat shaming. I don't like using fat people as the butt of an easy joke, but that's what she does. And so she often does that thing where she's like, oh, look at me. I'm a fat girl. I eat a lot and I fall down and do roly-poly shit on the floor. And I tell you, you can drop your fat ass on the floor as many times you like, roll around like a fucking walrus, and I will look at you and uncomfortably walk away because I just don't find.
Yeah, I don't want to laugh at that.
Yeah, there's something about there's a lot of things that I think are funny that are not very PC. You know, I mean, y'all know me, but fat jokes are kind of the easy thing.
It's just demeaning.
And this one, she does do this. Do that same thing right there. She has that same fat shtick, but only for a little bit, only for a very little bit. Because in this movie, she actually starts to become more of a badass as the movie goes on. And it's important for her to have that persona of the fat chick that's not threatening and is kind of funny, because the whole premise of the movie is this is somebody that you don't expect to be out in the field.
It's not so much about her being fat. It's about her being a schlub. I mean, she could have been, just slightly overweight, or somebody who was just ugly, just somebody who wasn't glamorous or sexy.
Yeah,
this could have been written for any other actress.
And you know what? And they play that up in the movie. And one thing I would give Melissa McCarthy is that she owns up to it and she plays that role well. And it's not so much Martin's race. It's not so much like she's just fat and falling. It's like for a long time she has to play the unattractive woman, and they actually make her more unattractive throughout the movie.
Touch of a man.
Ciao bella, come sta?
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh wow, it's the Italian version of Corey.
While I won't laugh at a fat joke, I will pass by a fat one and be like, whatever.
I gotta admit, that was the one part of that trailer that made me laugh.
Well, you know something, man? One of the things about the movie that works is that it takes the premise of the spy, not even just the spy movie, but the spy spoof, and takes it up.
The super spy.
The super spy spoof. And it's cool to see like the desk job, the unsexy desk job working and being also a partnership with the spy stuff. But Don't think that because it's a CIA job, it's not off limits to the usual office politics. You get a bunch of women in an office somewhere, no matter how much they're saving the world, you get women in the office and they trying to stop a missile, but they still find the time to sit back and just talk shit and gossip about each other.
Oh, she's the worst. Look at her. She thinks she's so perfect, isn't she? Oh, hi, I'm Karen Walker.
Super spy.
Perfect hair, perfect face. She probably cries herself to sleep every night.
I don't think she probably
does. And not like sort of cute little tears, like really sort of, silent kind of.
Girl, that's one thing I didn't like about the movie. That one face right there. I was like, girl, don't make that face.
Well, because she has that British lack of a chin. Wait, Rose Byrne called her out, called her some kind of big bird.
She called it's Miranda Hart, who's the British friend. She called her like a retarded big bird. And I was like, wow.
Everybody is harsh on each other in this movie.
The movie really is heartless. And look, you feeling sorry for her? It's like, oh, that's me looking like a British beaker from the Muppets. But they are all bitchy to each other. I mean, that's just what women do at the office. Even when you're working for a handsome dude like Jude Law right here, it kind of ruined James Bond for me because I was like, that's what's funny about it. Like even a sexy chick, it's like it's the woman who wears the Christmas sweaters and shit.
Yeah, it's the woman who's actually on the phone when you call a sex line.
Yeah. You think it's the hot chick, but it's Melissa McCarthy, and she's actually wearing a cat sweater. It's funny to know that that's the chick behind this dude right here because if it weren't for her, he'd be fucking dead. He'd be
in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, he'd be dead.
All right, fine. Stop at the door. Okay, you got a guard approaching. I'll tell you when. Now!
Oh dear, did I forget to knock?
You've got SUVs approaching! Go to the dock!
Doc, excellent idea.
You see how lost he is?
Yeah, I know.
He's like, shit, where are you? These motherfuckers coming.
Mama.
I mean, even though it seems like we're probably making fun of the movie, it's still a comedy, but it's on its own level and on its own in its own predictable super spy agent type thing. And then you forgive it for that because it is predictable, being that it's in a comedy. But did you notice how it was still kind of working as a legitimate spy film?
What makes them work is that they have an actual respect for the spy genre. Like I hate spy parodies because they always take it to the level of like, these aren't spies, these are superheroes or some kind of fantasy. But this actually played into like, hey, look, we know you like James Bond movies. We like them too. And we're not going to just make them look like their idiocy. We're going to respect that and make it almost like one of those movies, but we're spinning it somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, there's no Skyfall or anything, but it's not without its narrow escapes and fun chases.
You can hotwire it.
I can't get to the wires.
Lock on coordinates 43.16547. Fire now.
I was in the theater. I'm like, yeah. Now I had to be like, oh shit, I'm watching Melissa McCarthy comedy. I actually thought this shit was like Spectre for a moment. The other reason why it works as a spy spoof is because it is fucking gory, man. It is violent. Yeah, y'all looking at this grandma right here, Melissa McCarthy dressed up in costume, and it's like, nah, man, it's legit. I mean, there's blood and gouging and bones breaking everywhere, and it gets to a point where she's doing a lot of it herself.
Well, even when she kills that one dude and she vomits all over the place.
Yeah,
afterwards.
she throws up on a guy and she kills him. And they show the vomit in slow motion like the death was. And I was like, wow, this movie don't really give a shit.
Some of these deaths are just pretty gruesome, and the camera does not, the camera could cut away, but it pulls in and gets closer.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Like she fucked one dude up and you thought like, damn, that was bad. And they're like, oh god damn, when the camera went close, like, oh shit, man, I got it.
Like watching this, you just want to grab everybody from Paul Blart and say, okay, look at that.
Yeah.
This is how you fucking do this right here.
Yeah.
Because the movie, it's got a real edge to it. I mean, between the cussing and the violence and all, but just even the humor, how vicious they are to each other, and how you have these characters come in where like, yeah, there's enough going on, like, a solid enough plot, for what it is.
Yeah.
And everybody who's a main character is funny. But then you have these ancillary characters who are consistently funny coming in. Mm-hmm. Jason Statham, man, that guy is a riot in this movie.
You know what?
He plays off like a caricature of what you see him as and everything. And
you know what? Can I just add something to that right there? Because y'all see that. Y'all see Jason Statham in the movie, and y'all are like, oh shit, he's the man in this. He's the number one agent they got.
You really think you're ready for the field? Leave the action to me.
No, he's fucking stupid. He's stupid. You see him doing all that tough guy shit there? He's dumb as fucking this and it's almost like he plays that better than when he's playing the tough guy in a movie.
He's the same ridiculous tough guy he is in all these other movies. It's just that this is the first movie that actually calls him out on it, and it's honest about it.
He looks dumb in that picture.
Because there's times when he's talking about, I did this. I jumped a motorcycle on fire. Everything he names, you're like, yeah, he did that in Crank. He did that in Crank. It's like he's that same guy.
That's right, man.
but just when it's said out loud in front of intellectual people, you like, yeah, that's all fucking stupid.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy looks at him the same way I've been looking at him for years. She's just like, I don't think that's possible. I don't think you could do that. Even he starts to like listen to himself and is like, yeah, that's fucking dumb. You almost want to see him play that same character in every movie, but I will tell you, it's nice to see him come in and play a character like and not take himself too seriously.
Well, he
plays it well.
The thing is, the guy, he is a good actor. But,
yeah,
he makes his money doing the dumb action movies, and he does it over and over and over. And it's like, you just want to pull him aside, like, man, seriously, this is all you're going to be ever known for. You got to stop at some point. Please don't do that. Okay, doing this, making fun of it, that's fine. Do that.
We talked about how people are being really crass and bitchy to each other, and it gets to a point where it's just a sparring match with people.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Rose Byrne plays the daughter of a terrorist, and she's trying to get this, she's trying to get this missile and sell it to the highest bidder, whatever. And you're watching, you're like, okay, you're a villain. That's cool. I get it. You got to be cold, but goddamn, you ain't got to be that much of a bitch.
The moment I saw you standing there in that abortion of a dress, just as if to say, this is what I've got, world. It's hideous, but it's mine. This was her.
Hey, how'd you get that picture? I look amazing. Hello, doppelganger.
She was the only person I could ever trust.
Well, here's to your mom.
To my mother. And to you.
And here's to you. I mean, you may never be as wise as an owl, but you'll always be a hoot to me.
What a stupid toast.
That's the one time you like, yeah, I agree with her. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. It was like, yeah, she's like, really? Did you just say that shit? You know what's really fucked up about that scene? That's not her mother. She just carries that picture around to fuck with people. She tells everybody, you remind me of my mother. You look like her here. That's some shit she got off the internet just to be mean to people. Bottom line is that this was a movie where I came into it, and given Melissa McCarthy's track record, I thought,
and the trailers don't look good.
And the trailers,
no, they don't at all.
And it's Paul Feig, who I know a lot of people like Bridesmaids and a lot of his other movies. I haven't really been crazy about it. I don't like it either. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, man. Not only did I come in and was surprised at how funny this movie was, I was surprised at how consistently funny this movie was. I laughed through this whole fucking thing, man.
Okay, because I was like, the way you were talking the other day, like you going to say something different, I was like, nah, I sat next to his ass the whole movie.
I know.
You were laughing the whole time.
The thing I really didn't like about it was how, even for a comedy, how it just didn't adhere to the laws of physics.
Man, you always, that always hangs you up.
In this particular case,
is it with the chase scene?
Melissa McCarthy.
I know.
She's chasing people who are athletic. People who could do triathlons.
People who have normal person's length legs.
Yeah. I could take her in fight scenes. There are certain scenes where she's fighting, and that's a stretch right there. But then she does those chases where she's running after somebody. They get 2-minute head start on her. But yet, because of her mutant power, she's always she's teleporting behind the next corner. She's always 1 second behind him. I'm like, there's no way your big ass be keeping up like that. It was when she hit the flight of stairs that I said, no fucking way.
I know.
There's a dude, he's 8 stories up, and she gets up and she's like, oh, no. And then a second later, she's like, gotcha. And I'm like, no, hell no.
I know. It's early on in the movie, and that caught me too. I mean, it made me think of that scene in Daredevil when he somehow outraced the limousine the way it was going. Even though he didn't know where it was headed.
But that's fucking Daredevil. That's Daredevil.
That's Daredevil, Super Spies. This is the same thing. I mean, I can call it out there. I'll call it out here. It's like that was something that, you're right. It was glaring enough to where it took me out of the movie where I was like, Come on, y'all. I'm here to buy this.
Yeah, she should have been tired just looking at people run.
Yeah.
She should have said, "Fuck that."
That's my thing. Watching fight scenes now, and nobody is tired. They're like,
yeah.
God damn, man. Hold up a minute. Hold up. Wait.
You goddamn right, man. Melissa McCarthy should have said the first chase that she had to do, she was like, "Shit, abort mission. This shit's done."
Should have been drenching in sweat.
She just watched him run, and then blam, ooh, boom.
No, she wouldn't even been doing that. Fuck shit. Tired than motherfucking hell. Daredevil. I'm trying to keep a comparison between Daredevil and her. Again, that's another thing. She hanging onto a fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
And got Jason Statham on her too. Man, you know, not Martin. Come on now,
Dude, that's part of the joke, though.
No, man.
No. Her running and chasing, that's part of the plot. That doesn't make sense. But here, that's part of the joke.
Man, that plane should have went down and exploded right there. That's a fucking anchor.
She ain't that heavy. Come on now. She's
It's
not.
a helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopters can hold 8 people.
But it can't hold her. That's 9
Now,
people.
listen, she might be wide, but she's about 5 feet tall.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie a lot, if you couldn't tell already. I don't even know if I should say love, but it's close to it. I really enjoyed this movie, man, as far as going in and enjoying just a continuous laugh out loud, very good spy parody. And because of that, I'm going to give this a full price. I like this movie a lot.
Well, goddamn.
Even she like, you motherfucker, you better get us a full price. Whoop your ass.
It's probably the biggest surprise of the summer, if not the year, that not only was this movie good, but it was consistently funny. You know, it's not as funny as maybe like a 22 Jump Street, but outside of that, it's one of the funnier movies I've seen in a while.
I'll put it up there with 22 Jump Street.
I won't go that far.
Why not?
Because 22 Jump Street made me laugh so hard, I was hurting. I was having to hold myself. Like, I was hearing things where I was like, I can't believe I'm hearing something that's funny. This was like, wow, this is consistent, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I give it a low full price.
A low full price. Mm-hmm. A low full price. You know, it's funny how you would argue with low and high when it comes to giving bullshit, but you quick to give that low, high, full price. Just give it a full price. Full price. Martin just gives it a full price.
I give it a low full price.
The man said low full.
No, Corey, I say full price. That's what Martin gives it. You enjoyed this, man. I'll talk for you. Martin gives it
Why
a full
would you
price.
argue over a low versus a regular? Why don't you give it a high full price then?
All right, I'll give it a high full price.
Why don't you give it a better than sex?
No, I would not do that.
Exactly.
Come on now. Ain't no.
Since you loved it so much.
Yeah.
No, I love Melissa McCarthy in this, but I'm not ready to have sex with her just yet.